What's up, people? We're back at Whirlwindgames with another deck profile. Today, we have this handsome fellow. What's your
going
name?
on, guys? It's Trey, and I just got first place on Wednesday's locals with Fiendsmith Ryzeal.
Trey the Prodigy. Let's go.
All right, so this deck's been pretty good so far. I made a couple adjustments to it about a week and a half ago, and I've seen a lot of good progress with it. I've only dropped one game, and that's because I got greedy in game 2, and then game 3 I just drew very unplayable. So let's get into it.
Yeah, let's get into this, man. What we got in the main deck?
So I played 3 ice, 3 sword, 3 X'd, 1 node, 1 cross, and 3 bonfire. That's kind of it for all of the Ryzeal stuff. 7th Tachyon was available for this locals. I didn't want to have to spend the funds to buy it yet, but I do think bonfire is still probably the better go-to because it's not as much of a neg 1 in my opinion. But again, if they do hit the bonfire on the upcoming list, which we'll see here in the near future, we'll probably play that eventually. The next thing I kind of want to talk about too is a lot of people play 3 of the Sword Ryzeal, or I'll play 2 of the Sword Ryzeal. I play 3 just because I like to have it in hand with an extra Ryzeal, an extra name, and a Fiendsmith card as well. So I think this is correct. I do notice a lot of the top players play 2, but to me, I just like having that extra security in my deck and in my hand. So that's why I opted to play 3.
So so standard. The only non-standard thing you're playing is triple sword.
Triple sword. I mean, it's like 55-45 on to play it or not to play it. But I think I like 3. It's been pretty good for me so far.
Okay.
And
so what we got next?
Let's get into some real standard stuff. We played 3 Fiendsmith Engraver.
Oh, we got Fiendsmith.
The 1 Lacrima, the 1 Lurie, 2 Tract, and the 1 Paradise.
Can I just say we need a lost art already? Come on, let's go.
Yeah, we potentially need a lost art by now. I mean, come on. We're going to nuke this thing on the next main list, right? Anyways, Konami?
Give it to us.
Right? But yeah, so I know some people play 2 Engraver. That's entirely incorrect. This card is so broken. Just be able to search Tract or Paradise. If you already have the Tract, it's so good. I know people play 3 or 1 of the Tract too. There's I feel like this is very standard. But there are some people that test around with 1 or 3. I think 2 is just a great middle ground because you don't want to see more than 1 of this, and this paired with this means this can go search that, and it plays around Droll a lot better too. So that's pretty standard for the most part.
Okay.
Let's talk about the non-engine here a little bit. I played 3 Nibiru, 3 Ash, 3 Fawalus, 3 Valor, 3 Imperm, 1 Magnamut, 1 Druish Worm, and 2 Triple Tactics Talent. I think Talent is probably the best going first card in the game right now, just because there's so many cards that don't trade off well on your opponent's board with Talent. So, and if they can activate Droll as well, like it's a good trade-off with that also. I did play the Bestial package because of Blue Eyes and Fiendsmith stuff running around, and even Orcus, which I played in the tournament, which helped me kind of secure a win. I don't know. I just feel like the Bestials are too good. I do think they need addressed on the upcoming Forbidden Limited list, but they're really good. And then everything else is hits everything else pretty standard. The Nibirus, they were okay. For the most part, Nibiru was okay. Maybe I tech in Ogre next time, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Okay, we'll see how it goes. But Nibiru, it's always been pretty solid for me. It just hasn't been as solid in the past couple weeks.
Gotcha.
So the main deck count is 41, by the way.
41.
So 41 in the main.
Okay.
That's where that extra sword comes into play.
Okay. So what about taking sword out and put Upstart in?
No, we can't do that. No.
Oh, come on, that's 39.
No. We're not playing Sky Striker. No Sky Striker stuff in this.
Oh, okay.
Some cool field center and tokens, you know how we do. I kind of dogged on this card just a little bit ago, but Droll. I did play 3 Droll. I think Droll's very mid in my opinion. I think our locals has a lot of not Fiendsmith, or has a lot of White Force Azamina players, and I feel like I do need to respect that a little bit. So that's why the Drolls were there. But I think if I go to a regional or like even a YCS, I think these become another set of the Mold Charmies, either Meows or Perilia, whichever one I think I'm not prepared for as much, whether it being Ryzeal or whether it being, what's the deck, Malice?
Yeah.
Because we only have like one player. We only have one player of that. And I was really scared about that coming back into the game. But again,
We've heard whispers of people jumping on the Malice when the sport comes out.
we have, but Drill's just kind of, it's an okay card. Like, it's not too bad, it's not too great. It sucks against Talents, but again, it's just another way to kind of stop, your locals or wherever you're going.
Yeah.
This card, I can't tell you how many games I've stole with this card. Ghost
Card's
Ogre,
busted.
Ghost Ogre is so good.
Ban it.
I really like Ghost Ogre a lot. I think it's really good into the mirror. I can't tell you how many mirrors I've won just by playing this card down on Duo Drive. It's been insane.
Just removal. I think removal right now in the format is stronger
It's really
than
good.
negates.
Yeah. Hitting True Light with this is really, really good. Just blows up your field. Yeah, I think Ogre's a fantastic card. It's also good against the White Forest Azamina deck, which makes me want to take this out even more, because if you hit like their continuous card, like it kind of stops their plays a little bit.
Okay.
So, I do like Ogre a lot. And then we do still respect Malice with the 3 Lancia, and that's the only hand traps we really play in the side deck. Still continuing on in the side deck, our going first cards, I played 3 cross out and 1 called by, just so you know, we have all of our I's dotted and T's crossed with any hand trap that could hinder our turn, ideally. And also, Meows is the best hand trap in the format, next to Ogre in my opinion, so I want to make sure not Meows, I'm sorry, Fawalos.
Yeah, Fawalos.
Fawalos is the best, so I want to make sure I have something for that. And then we play 2 Metal Charms for the mirror, and honestly, it hits a lot of the things as well in the deck. It's really, really, or other decks as well. Like, I think this can hit Spirit because of the Bestials. It can hit the Spellcasters for Azamina. It can hit the. It's obviously really good in the mirror. I just think this is the best board breaker in the format. Just because like all like the decks are kind of centered around like the same theme almost, with having 2 or more of the same types to target it. So
yeah,
I think it's a really, really good hand trap. I still think Ultimate Slayer is a really good hand trap as well. If I was allowed 18 cards in my side deck, I would play Ultimate Slayer as well. But unfortunately, I went with more hand traps. Extra deck, it's really, really standard. 2 Detonator, 1 Duo Drive, 1 Twins. I was playing 2 of this for forever, but just in theory and in testing, you have to play. I feel like you have to play the Exciton Knight. I feel like a lot of people are just like disrespecting this card to break a board, but hindsight, I think it's a really, really good going second choice, especially if you kind of get stuck in the mud. Then we played the Aggregator as well, along with the Abyss Dweller. Let me know what you guys think. Does this need banned? We've had it forever. Does it need banned? Does it need to go? You guys let me know.
I think Dweller's okay.
And then fun stuff, some Fiendsmith stuff.
I mean, I hate Dweller, but
honorary Fiendsmith cards. All right, so people have been talking about
this guy.
That guy.
We'll get to him.
All these guys are pretty good. So all these guys, honorary, pretty good. This is the only card that I think needs, in hindsight, talking about Forbidden Limitless, this is the only card that I think deserves to get hit. It just takes 2 generic effect monsters to get into the whole package.
But we love generic Link 2s.
We do love generic Link 2s, but we can't have generic Link 2s because we'll abuse those. People talk about cutting the Agmunde, but I disagree. I think it comes up so much in the grind game that you have to play it. And even if you cycle through a Desiree once, again, Desiree and what's its name? Desiree and Engraver. They just cycle back all the extract monsters or all the main deck monsters anyway, so they're really, really good. There have been some people wanting to play 2 Requiem 2. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with the second Requiem or a second Twins, but you need to be able to navigate your side deck, or navigate your extract a little bit better or your side deck navigating it a little bit better to dealing with bigger boards. That is the list. Everything is pretty standard and self-explanatory.
So what are your most problematic matchups versus your matchups that you saw the most success with? Like, where competitive matchups are concerned. You know,
Yeah.
we're not counting like the random person that's showing up with.
Yeah, just the random person that's just flipping up skill drain and saying, okay.
Yeah.
I do think just we have a lot of White Force Azumina players, and that deck is kind of problematic. You do get a little uneasy if you don't win the die roll against that deck, because that deck can push so much gas out of the deck. It's pretty insane. I think that's been like the deck I've had like the biggest problem against. I do feel like it's just a hand comparison in the mirror. Like, what's your hand look like? What's my hand look like? Okay, that hand's winning. We'll go on to the next game. In game 1. Then game 2 is a little bit more strategical. Malice, I haven't had a lot of problems with Malice. Ever since I put back the Exciton Knight in, I have not had near as much problems as what I've had with Malice. Blue Eyes, it's kind of a toss-up, really. Again,
Do you see many Blue Eyes players yet? Because I know you and I haven't. We haven't been playing in the same tournaments yet.
Yeah, I played Dylan a lot. And
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, Dylan's playing. Yep.
I've played Dylan a lot in recent, but I've just been very fortunate to open up.
What
Ash.
version does he play? Does he play pure?
He plays the pure, yeah.
Okay.
I've opened up Ash, Flawless, and like Ogre as a team, and like that's pretty much been it.
I mean, Ash Ogre's all you need.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like if you open up 2 like Ryzeal cards, or like a Ryzeal card plus a Fiendsmith card and 3 hand traps, like you should win the game.
Yeah.
In my opinion, but yeah, that's been it.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in for another profile. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. And until next time,
Peace. We'll see you in the next one.